Look at that. That is amazing. The whole roof is a deck. I had that idea before, and I didn't think anybody would ever try and do it. That is so cool. I don't think I've ever seen a deck. I'm talking it has like side rails and everything, and then an umbrella and a hammock and everything, just like a deck you would see on a ship, but it's on the top of a camper. That is so cool. What's up, guys? I'm at Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona, and as usual, I stopped to see the coolest, baddest, most awesome
the greatest
vehicles.
guy in the world is mixflip.
Yeah, so I saw something again that caught my eye. Look at this. We got to talk about this thing, man. So introduce yourself to the world again.
Well,
and tell us
number
what
one,
you
we're
got.
here again with the greatest video dude in the world is mixflip.
Yeah.
He makes the most bitchin' videos. But mixflip and I met a couple years ago on an Isuzu NPR, and I did a van, and then I did a Isuzu, and then another vehicle, and then I just met with Buckstop, Dorian Hartfield, and then Carl Haar of Liquid Spring, and then the great crew at Linex. And I was like, man, can we all get together and build like a really the greatest, most inspirational rig to help other people realize what they can do to break out and live the life, whether they're just Linexing their vehicle or just getting a truck or whatever. But for us, we all agreed that the best platform for this would be a Ford F550. And the reasons for that are Liquid Spring is a brand new suspension system. It's a hydraulic smart suspension system that is used on pretty much all the ambulances, and it allows the patient and the paramedics not get bounced around back there. And what Liquid Spring has been working on for about 5 years is to make the greatest suspension that would work in the overland market. And this was the first vehicle that it was used on, and then Carl's truck over there. And then Dorian Hartfield from Buckstop also does the conversions to Liquid Spring. He's over in Prineville, Oregon, while Liquid Spring's over in on the East Coast in Indianapolis. And then we did a flatbed. We built coffee. It's okay, baby. And then we did the ultimate camper. And then the last final issue is just having it protected. And you know, with all the scratches and trees and hail or whatever else
Because
that happens.
this thing would go like all the way to South America.
Yeah, I'm going to take it back to Panama and just see the world and take the dogs on an adventure. So my dream was Linex, and then I ended up finding out that it wasn't actually that. It was actually less expensive to Linex it than it was to paint it, and then you're getting like 300 times more protection with Linex. And then I was able to pick a color, which Linex has something called Ultra, and you can pretty much pick any color you want. So that green there is Ultra, the black is Ultra, but then you can see some of the trim lines is in Linex's new Platinum series. Yeah. So now I will give you an overview of the truck, would you like?
Yeah, let's talk about it, because you were saying that this is a gasser, right?
Yeah, and I'd love you to meet the boys, the rest of the crew. So this is a 2021 7.3 10-speed gasoline XLT Ford F550. It's a single cab. I didn't want the crew cab because a crew cab, you eat up 3 more feet of your camper. So that entire camper is now the crew cab. And it allows the dogs and everyone else to sit back there and have a great view.
Can you explain to the guys why gas, not diesel?
Yeah, so great question. So number one, if you go outside the United States to find ultra low sulfur is going to be a real pain. And then if you do a death delete and you bring it back into the country, you're going to get busted. Then you got, how much heavier, Dorian, is a diesel up in the front?
700.
700 pounds more? Oh, okay. Here's another reason. 700 pounds more.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder to find a mechanic to work on it.
So you're going to have to get bigger tanks too then.
Yeah, so I did do, we did build a transfer tank, a 70-gallon transfer tank.
Oh, okay.
So I'm fine on fuel. No issue.
Okay, awesome.
So I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah.
The bumper, which Dorian will get into details, but it's their Buckstop Outback bumper. We went crazy with the greatest lights in the world, which are Baja Designs.
Nice.
4 LP6s, their light bar. These, and I'm actually going to change one of these out to an infrared light, and then 6 LP9s on the roof. You can see a camera there that has infrared, but then there's a Baja Design infrared camera above it. And then going down the side here, we have another camera that captures this whole side, whether you're You know, and then all the cameras are by
nice.
Pro Vision.
It's like a Tesla. You can see all the way down.
Yeah, you can see this one, and then there's and that's an infrared camera, but with the Baja Designs infrared light to really let you see everything.
Nice.
The flatbed is 6-inch C-channel steel. I wanted to make the suspension do the work, and with liquid spring, it's the greatest suspension ever. Coffee, baby, come here, sugar. Meet mixed. Come here, baby.
Coffee?
This is my darling.
Oh, what is that? Hi.
And she's
baby.
all dusty, and she got a skunk on her. I was gonna name the truck Adventure, but I'm gonna name it. Yeah, I'm gonna name it Skunk Hollow now.
She's full of dust. Look at that.
And you could take everything I own and this truck and leave me on the street with my underwear, and I wouldn't get rid of her. So the step is really cool. Like Coffee, up. Just watch it.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
The dog's okay. Coffee, come back. Come. He's like, dude,
Good demo.
You're an idiot. Why are you bothering me? I love hammocks growing up in the tropics. So the hammock arms swing out. This holds 2 hammocks. The other side holds 2 hammocks.
Wow.
And then these fold in flush. I'm about to put black walnut here, and that'll be my rub rail. I mean, you could just be by the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
And
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 220.
So you're north of 200, and that holds you just fine. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. And
That's
these
cool.
hammocks are by Eno Hammocks. I've been using Eno since I was like a kid, man. When you go to Indonesia, Australia, that's all we use. I'm not trying to sell you on the hammocks, but Eno makes the
They
most.
sell themselves, man.
Yeah, they're the most.
Yeah.
I mean, they make theirs. They're traditional. It kind of wraps around you, so you could be out here. You can have 2 friends on that side, 2 friends on that side, 2 people hanging on the hammock chairs, and 2 people up top. You can sleep a king bed, whatever you want to sleep in. Almost a king there.
This thing's like a
And then
party
massive
barge.
sofa. Everything down here is stainless. So this is 135 gallons of water over here. There's another 20 gallons on the other side. So I have 155 gallons of water. There's a desalinator inside. That is all storage back there. So that one's empty. And by the way, I'm not going to show you the inside, but Mixflip's going to have the first viewing in February of the inside.
Yeah, there'll be more details on that later.
And then Dorian from Buckstuff custom made this bumper. I put on the Napide lights because I like the curves to it. This right here, I can push 2 13-foot 6-inch kayaks all the way straight through.
Oh, wow.
Right behind this tire is a cage that holds a 15-foot. That's in there, a 15-foot catamaran inflatable Hypalon boat, and there's a 25 horsepower engine.
How do you get that tire out? That thing probably weighs 250.
This comes off, and these 2 hammock arms have a winch, and then you just lower it off, and it weighs about 250.
So basically, you crane it out.
Yeah, it's
okay.
really cool. And then this arm will flip up, and then you can also make that your pull-up bar. This is a flip down that'll be pre-padded, so when you sit up there, your back is against it, and then when you want to lay out underneath the stars, this will come down. You can pull the awning over it. So it's just a cool deck, you know?
So you could back this up to a beach and just open this up?
Exactly.
That's
you
nice.
Sit out here, you can sit on each chair and just enjoy the sunset or the ocean or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah. There is 2 630 amp hour Lithionics batteries, so there's 1,260 amp hours of lithium. It's like crazy.
Serious off-grid.
Yeah, super gnarly. Inside there's 2 Cruise and Comfort 8,000 BTU ACs, 2 of them, and there's 2 Timberline heaters, 8,000 BTU. So you could be an Eskimo or you could be like in hell. Either way. We turret pressed all the dimples. Here you can really see it line next to it. They did this in ultra, so it really gets defined. This kind of muted it a little bit, but at the right angle, it looks cool. Yeah. And then I'm going to let definitely Dave get into this, but this is their bulletproof stuff. These are the other 2 hammock arms that swing out.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's nice and clean, man.
Yeah, but with wood over it, it'll look really nice. And then this mixflip, which I can't really show you because of the tires, but when this pulls out, this will all be covered with C-deck, and then the stairs go down like that.
I see them right there.
Yeah, so instead of the stairs pulling out and eating up more space, you know?
Yeah.
This is another water tank. This is all power back here, all the batteries.
Batteries.
And the other side storage. Every door has 3 locks, so no crazies can get in. You'll notice that there's no external entry for the water. Everything's internal. There's even the fuel is hidden back there. There's strobes everywhere. There's a camera underneath. There's a camera going under the breakover. There's a rear camera right here.
So you basically have 360 cameras.
Yeah, and then there's an infrared up there. So everything's covered. Even underneath, there's an infrared camera, so you can see if someone's creeping up underneath you.
I like that. What is this?
This? Oh, what a great question. This is super big.
Yikes.
This is a drawer that I can store all kinds of stuff. And when you drop the truck down, it becomes an amazing deck for eating pizza, hanging out with the boys, and cooking.
Dual purpose, storage and a deck.
Hardly anyone. I've never seen anything with a drawer in the back, and that's going right between the frame rails.
Nice.
What I wanted to do on the deck is, it's like my parents built a beach house in Florida, and I go up there to work on the roof, and the only people up there are the birds. I'm like, man, this was a waste. And when you think about all these rigs, they have these roofs, and like you were saying, that vans don't even have railings in here. When there's no railing, you just kind of feel stressed out. You're like, whoa, and as soon as the railing goes out, you're like, oh, okay, everything's cool. So these railings here that have 880 watts of solar, they fold down. The solar on here, the solar panels are by Xantrex, amazing company. They also did the inverter and a bunch of other stuff. They fall flat, and then there's Allen keys that screw them down. When they go up, these right here, these panels here slide into these pockets, and then they flip out, and then you close them off, and there's a pin here so they can't, or a pin right here so that they can't open. There's a tiki torch that goes in each corner, front and rear, and then these hammock poles slide in. They're stored in the truck, and then you can put one umbrella up here and one umbrella in the forward and on the forward hammock pole.
And in case you guys are wondering why I'm not showing the deck, is because
Erik hasn't finished.
We're not going to show that until it's completely ready. So this is an exclusive. No one's getting let up here.
Yeah, no one has ever even been up here to film it, ever, except you.
Awesome, thanks, man.
That's what happens when you make good shit like mixflip. They get the hookups.
Nice. So I'm gonna come up here and kind of show the view, but not show the deck. But look at this.
Like, you know, I didn't even know Overland Expo was. I mean, it's just look how far.
This place is huge. I mean, we didn't get 2020, so I think people are compensating for not being here last year. Yeah.
There's Dave from Line X.
Dave from Line X, was that man?
There's Dorian from Buckstop.
There's Dorian from Buckstop down there.
And then where's Carl? He's somewhere. So I'll show you. So these hammocks again are by Eno, and I've loved Eno hammocks. I've been using them when I was in Indonesia and Australia and Panama, I actually got to film you in this thing. They're just I mean, it's life changing. I like to make, if I'm going to make something, and luckily we did this in a collaboration with these other guys, but man, when you're up here, you feel like, you know what, this was the best built, coolest rig ever.
Yeah, it's like you're in a treehouse.
Yeah, and you can lay up here and sleep at night. You got, if you want to have some sun protection, this one and the other one there. And this is a dual hammock, so this is their double.
Whoa. There we go. Oh, living the life.
Isn't this heavy? Now, if you had to run a company and you're up here selling truck stuff, you just say, hey, pick up a brochure, it's down there.
Somewhere down there, yeah. This is nice, man.
Isn't this insane? I'm going to get you from behind so you can see your view.
I can just see sleeping up here on a beach somewhere. Yeah, this is nice. Beautiful. If you want to get one of these, again, Eno. Get an Eno.
Get an Eno.
Shout out to Eno.
Not because I'm selling them, but because they make the coolest stuff. Yeah,
right
Eno rules, man. In the world of, and they make every type of hammock. They made the hammock chairs.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, I need to buy a bunch of hammocks. They're like, all
wait,
right.
Do they have a booth out here?
No.
Oh.
I think we're kind of the booth.
Yeah.
Just helping people live a more relaxed lifestyle.
Nice.
But what I've learned in this world is life's short. I'm 50. I'm going to be dead in 20 years, maybe, if God lets me live that long. Downsize, buy a camper, build a camper. Man, buy a F550 and put a Connex box on it, but start living outdoors in nature.
Get out there.
Yeah, you're gonna exercise more. Your dogs are gonna be happier. less likely to have a stroke or a brain bleed because you've gotten too much fat hanging on you, like we all do.
Yeah.
And it's free. Like, God made all of this for us to enjoy. Add up what you're worth. Look at all the money you have and go, honey, or yourself, how long could I go on this? Sell everything. If you sold everything, you had everything you have, what am I worth? If all you're going to need is like 30 grand a year max to live this life, right? And then say, now what do I have left to build or buy or whatever, a camper, and then start living. But live simple, own less. And if you want kids, hey, get kids. But for me, my kids are my dogs. So.
That's how a lot of people feel, right? Their kids, their dogs are their kids.
Yeah, if you said, Eric, I'll take your dog, I'll say, buddy, take everything I own, everything. I'll start out in the street in my underwear, but you can't have my children.
Nice.
Anyway, so if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's Never Quit Overland. Been a great collaboration with Buckstop Truckware out of Prineville, Oregon, Liquid Spring, which is liquidspring.com, no S, just singular, and then Naturally Linex. And if you want to write in the comments, if I can be of an asset to you and any guidance, write a comment, I'll answer.
All right, there you go, guys. Stay tuned for more of this amazing rig in a few more months, basically next year. And I'll have my truck too, so.
And never quit living life.
Nice. Yeah, get out there, enjoy it. You only live one life, right? Get out there and have some fun, guys.